My girlfriend said, "Stop acting like we're married." I replied, "You're absolutely right, Maya." Then I moved into the spare room, printed a 30-day notice in writing, took back her key, changed every password and canceled our trip, and I just watched as her move out turned into a setup. "Welcome back to Family Tales," my girlfriend told me. "Stop acting like we're married. We're just dating." I said, "You're absolutely right." Then I treated her exactly like a casual date. No more keys, passwords, or joint plans. She called crying after 2 weeks. As you listen, ask yourself what you would do if someone wanted the benefits of a partner without the responsibility. I'm Leo. I'm 32. And for a long time, I thought my girlfriend Maya and I were building something real. We were together 4 years. For the last 2, she lived with me in my condo. I bought the place before I met her. I paid the mortgage and the property taxes. She paid her car stuff, her phone, and we split utilities and internet. I covered most dinners out, trips, and bigger household items. It wasn't perfect, but it felt like a partnership. At least it felt that way to me. Looking back, that was the first quiet warning. If one person feels all in and the other person feels comfortable, those are not the same thing. A month ago, I spent a stupid amount of money on a high-end multi-zone sound system for the condo, around $6,000. The kind that needs wires run through the walls. I was excited. I kept calling it our system, talking about our home and how it was part of building our life. Then one night I was balancing my budget. Groceries had been getting expensive and the monthly food bill was higher than usual. I said, "This month's food bill was nuts. Can you chip in an extra couple hundred, or we can scale back a bit?" She was scrolling on her phone and didn't look up. "Why are you always nickel and diming me, Leo? It's just food." I felt my patience start to thin. "It's not nickel and diming, it's a budget. We're a team, right? We should be planning this together, for our future." That's when she finally looked up. Her face was cold. "Leo, stop," she said. "Stop what?" "Stop budgeting. Stop acting like we're married," she snapped. "We're just dating. You're not my husband. This isn't our house. It's your condo. Stop trying to lock me down with all this our future stuff. It's suffocating." For a second, I just stared at her. Because this wasn't some new, casual relationship. She lived here. She used my car sometimes. She had a key. She had my streaming logins, Wi-Fi access, food delivery app login. We even had a 10-day anniversary trip booked for next month, non-refundable on my credit card. And she was looking me in the face and saying, "We're just dating." This is one of those moments where the words matter more than the tone. When someone tells you how they see you, believe them. Something in me went quiet. The hurt was real, but there was also this sudden clarity, like a switch flipped. I took a breath and gave a small smile. "You're absolutely right, Maya, 100%. She blinked, confused. "What?" "You're right, I've been overstepping. I've been making assumptions about us that clearly aren't accurate. My mistake. Thank you for clarifying." She looked unsure. "Oh, okay, good. So can we drop the budget thing?" "Consider it dropped," I said. Then I picked up my pillow and comforter from our bed. "What are you doing?" she asked. "I'm going to sleep in the spare room," I said. "We're just dating, right? It's a little weird to share a bed every night. That feels a bit married. I don't want to suffocate you." I walked out and closed the door behind me. I slept badly, but my brain wouldn't stop. I kept replaying her words. I realized I had been living like a husband with someone who didn't want a husband. I had cast her in a role she never agreed to. The next morning she was in the kitchen, making coffee, acting like nothing happened. "Morning," she said, light and cheerful. "Morning," I said. I grabbed my keys from the bowl by the door, then I took her key off my key ring. I held it out to her. "I'll need this back." Her smile disappeared. "What? Why, that's my key." "It's the key to my condo," I said. "And since we're just dating, I'm not comfortable with you having 24/7 access to my home. It's a boundary thing, you understand." Her eyes went wide. "Leo, that's insane. I live here." "Right," I said. "That's the other thing." I pulled a piece of paper out of my bag. I printed it at 3 in the morning. It was a formal 30-day notice to vacate. Since we're just dating and this is my condo, our living arrangement is a bit married, I said. Legally, you're a tenant at will, so I'm terminating the tenancy. Here's the notice. She stared at the paper like it was burning. You're kicking me out. I'm ending your tenancy, I said. Per the law, we can still date though. I can pick you up, we can go to dinner, I'll drop you off at your new place, just like you wanted. She exploded. She called me names. She said I was crazy, and my hands were shaking because I'm not built for conflict, but I kept my voice steady anyway. I'm just being clear, I said. This is hard for me too. Then I added 2 more things because I knew if I hesitated, I'd fold. First, I canceled your part of our anniversary trip, I said. It's non-refundable for me, so I'm still going. I'll take my buddy Ben. That's a married couple trip for sure, and you said you don't want that. Her face changed fast. I want to go on that trip. But we're just dating, I said. It's too much. And second, I said, I changed all my passwords last night. Streaming, Wi-Fi, food delivery, Amazon, basic security. You'll need your own accounts. She went pale. Then she crumpled the notice and threw it into my chest. You'll regret this, she said. It's my condo, I said flat. You said it yourself. You have 30 days. Please leave the key on the counter when you go today. She screamed and stormed out, slamming the door hard enough to knock a picture frame off the wall. When the silence hit, my heart was pounding. I felt hollow and sick, but I also felt correct, like the fog had finally lifted. 2 weeks passed and the tension got worse. Maya grabbed an overnight bag and started staying with her older sister, Carrara. Carrara is the type who thinks every problem is proof that all men are trash, and she seemed excited to turn this into a war. Maya didn't move her stuff out, though. Her clothes, her furniture, everything was still in my spare room and closet. I texted her calmly, asking her to schedule a time to pack and move. She ignored me. It felt like she thought this was a tantrum. Like I'd cool off and beg her to come back and play almost wife again. The 30-day clock kept ticking. 16 days left. Then one night my phone rang. Maya's name lit up the screen. I let it go to voicemail. A minute later she texted, "Please pick up, I'm sorry." I waited. Then I called back. She was crying hard. "Leo, this is so stupid. I miss you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I was stressed. Please just let me come home." Home. That word landed heavy. I took a breath. "Home, Maya, this is my home. You made that clear," she sniffled. "But I'm glad you called," I said, keeping my voice calm. "We're still just dating, right? So do you want to go out for coffee on Friday? My treat. I can pick you up from Carrara's around 7. Silence. The crying stopped like someone shut off a faucet. "Coffee," she said, quiet and sharp. "Yeah," I said, "like a date." "I don't want to go on a date with you," she snapped. "I live with you. You can't kick me out and ask me for coffee." "I'm not kicking you out," I said. "I'm following the tenancy laws. You have 16 days to remove your belongings, and I'm respecting what you told me. You said we're just dating." "You know what I meant," she shouted. This is where a lot of people get trapped. One person says something cruel, then later says, "You know what I meant," like that fixes it. But the words still happened. The mindset is still there. "I'm treating you like someone I'm casually dating," I said. "My husband privileges have been revoked." "That means your live-in girlfriend privileges are revoked too. It goes both ways." She started yelling again. I kept it simple. "Think about the coffee," I said. "Otherwise, I'll see you on move-out day. Text me a time." I hung up. About an hour later, she texted, "Fine. If I'm moving, I'm taking the sound system." I helped pick it out. I stared at my phone and actually laughed because it was so unreal. I paid for that sound system. $6,000 on my credit card in my name. Her help was pointing at the black speakers instead of the silver ones. I texted back, "No, the sound system is mine. You can take your clothes, toiletries, the standing lamp from your old apartment, your yoga mat. I'll even throw in the blender. Schedule a time." That answer set off the next wave. 5 minutes later, Carrara called me. "Leo, what is your problem?" she demanded. "Hi, Carrara," I said. "I don't have a problem. Maya's tenancy is ending. I'm coordinating her move out." "You're controlling," she said. "Petty, emotionally abusive. You're throwing her out over one comment. The kind of man I am, I said, and my patience was gone, is the kind who listens. She set the terms, I'm following them. Carrara kept going, but I cut it off. This is between me and my tenant, and me and the person I'm casually dating, I said. It's already weird you're involved. Goodbye. I hung up. After that, I got a flood of missed calls and nasty texts. Maya kept saying she had rights, she was owed money, she'd take what she deserved. And I'll be honest, I was nervous. I'm not confrontational, but I also knew if I backed down now, I'd be teaching her that threats work. Move-out day came. Saturday morning, the 30th day, 10 a.m. I didn't do it alone. I asked my friend Ben to come over as a witness. Ben is big, calm, and he doesn't get rattled easily. I also hired an off-duty security guard. $300 to stand by the front door for a few hours, be a presence, and make sure only the listed items left. Ben thought I was being paranoid. He stopped thinking that at 10:01. The doorbell rang. It was Maya, Carrara, and a guy built like a refrigerator. Some cousin of Carrara's ex-husband or something. I'll call him Dino. He looked hungover and annoyed to be there. I opened the door. Ben was on the couch. The guard was by the entryway. Maya stopped and stared at the guard. What is this? Carrara scoffed. You hired a goon. Seriously, Leo. You think we're going to steal from you? He's here so things go smoothly, I said. Ben has a list of your items. Clothes, personal stuff, the lamp, the blender. Let's just get this done. Maya pushed past me straight to the living room wall unit. She put both hands on one of the main speakers. I'm taking this, she said. No, you're not, I said. Yes, I am, she said. I helped pick it out, it's ours. Dino. Dino cracked his knuckles like he was in a bad movie. Just let her take the stereo, man, don't be an ass. My heart was hammering, but my voice came out steady. That is a $6,000 sound system, I said. Here is the receipt, my credit card, my name, purchased 6 weeks ago. If she walks out with it, it's theft. The supervisor here will call the police. I looked at Dino. I don't want to do that, but I will. She's here for her clothes and that lamp. That's it. Dino stared at me, then at the receipt, then at the guard. Then he looked at Maya. He's got a receipt, Dino said. I'm not getting arrested for you. Get your stuff. Let's go. The betrayal on Maya's face was almost funny if it wasn't so sad. She and Carrara started grabbing boxes and moving things aggressively, slamming doors, dropping items, trying to make it as loud and hostile as possible. But I didn't engage. I stood back. Ben stayed calm. The guard didn't move. Then we got to the last box and Carrara walked through the living room. She looked around at me, Ben, and the guard. Then her eyes went to the hardwood floor. And she slipped, except she didn't really slip. It was the most dramatic fake fall I have ever seen. A weird theatrical step, arms windmilling. Then she threw herself down and grabbed her ankle, screaming that her back hurt. He pushed me, she said. Leo pushed me. Everything inside me went cold. Ben froze. The guard stayed still. No one touched you, Ben said. You just fell. Maya ran over like it was rehearsed. Oh my God, Carrara, are you okay? He assaulted you. Carrara wailed, I'm calling 911. And she did. This is the kind of moment that changes how you see the world. People talk about drama, but this wasn't drama. This was a plan. This was someone trying to turn a breakup into a legal weapon. 2 cops showed up about 10 minutes later. They walked in and saw Carrara on the floor holding her back. Maya was upset and loud. They looked at me, Ben, and the guard. One cop spoke to me first, and his tone was already suspicious. Sir, what happened? She slipped, I said. No one was near her, no one touched her. Maya jumped in. That's a lie. He's been threatening us. He threw me out. He got aggressive and shoved my sister. He's unstable. The second cop looked at me. Sir, step outside while we talk to the victims. Victims? My hands were shaking, pure adrenaline. I kept my voice careful. Officer, I understand, but before we do that, I want you to see something. I pointed to a small indoor security camera on my bookshelf. I was worried this move out would get complicated, I said. So I bought a motion-activated camera. It's recording to this laptop. The incident should be at the top of the event log. The room went quiet. Meyer and Carrara stopped talking. The first cop walked over to the laptop. Ben hit play. We watched the video. Clear as day, it showed Carrara walking into frame, looking around, then taking that weird step and throwing herself to the floor. It showed me and Ben about 10 feet away, not moving. The cop rewound it and watched again. Then he looked down at Carrara with a disgusted expression. "Ma'am," he said, "that is filing a false police report. You know that can be a jailable offense." Carrara's face went pale. Suddenly, her crying stopped. "My back is hurt. I must have," I thought. The second cop turned to Maya. "Get your things. Get your sister. Get out of this man's home. Now. Your sister can either leave with you or we can stay and discuss the false report and the false accusation." They scrambled. Dino had already disappeared the moment the sirens got close. Carrara limped out without even pretending much anymore. Maya wouldn't look at me. The cops gave me a look that was half pity, half warning, and then they left. I locked the deadbolt the second the door shut. I changed the locks again an hour later anyway. I sat on my couch shaking. Ben sat with me until I stopped trembling. I won the argument, but I lost something too. I lost the feeling that my home was safe. I lost 4 years to someone who could flip from "I love you" to "I'll call the police and lie." A couple months passed. The dust settled. Out of pure curiosity, I texted Maya 1 week after the move out. I was testing something. I wrote, "That move out was rough, but my offer for a platonic coffee date still stands if you're up for it. My treat." Her reply came instantly from a number I didn't recognize. "You evil, manipulative, sociopathic bastard. You tried to get my sister arrested. You humiliated me. I'm suing you for emotional distress, for the furniture, for everything. I hope you die alone in that condo." I texted back, "Okay, take care, Maya, I'm blocking this number now." And I did. Through a mutual friend, I heard she moved in with Carrara in a tiny 1-bedroom. They fought constantly. Maya wasn't paying rent. Carrara was broke. Apparently Carrara actually did sprain her ankle later by kicking her car tire in a rage after the police incident. Meanwhile, I still had that anniversary trip. I took Ben instead. We went to the resort. We drank a little, sat on the beach, and had a quiet, simple time. It was the best breakup trip I could have had because it reminded me that peace is real and it's worth protecting. I posted one photo of me and Ben holding cocktails with the ocean behind us. The caption said, "Sometimes a change of plans is the best plan." My friend told me Maya saw it through someone else's feed and had a meltdown. She texted me from another number. I blocked that one too. I thought that would be the end. Then the last thing happened, the thing that made my stomach drop. I got a call from an unknown number. It was the local animal shelter. "Hi, is this Leo?" the woman asked. "We have your cat here, Sparky." I said, "I'm sorry, I don't have a cat." She paused. "That's odd. A woman named Maya dropped him off this morning. She said she was your ex-girlfriend, that you broke up and you abandoned him in the apartment. She listed you as the primary owner." My head spun. Sparky was Maya's cat. She got him about a year ago. She loved that cat, at least she said she did. The shelter worker continued, "We scanned his microchip. It's registered to her name, her old address, your condo address, so we know it's her cat." And then it hit me. She tried to use her own cat as one last way to hurt me. She tried to make me look like an animal abandoner, like I was the villain again, one more time, even if it meant throwing away her own pet. That's not a bad day, that's character. I told the shelter the truth. Yes, she's my ex. It is 100% her cat. I'm not responsible. The shelter worker sighed. Understood. We'll be contacting Miss Meyer about the surrender fee and her false statement. Thank you for clarifying. When I hung up, I just sat there for a minute staring at the wall. That was the final nail. Not the money, not the sound system, not the fake slip. The cat. Because it showed me this wasn't a misunderstanding. It wasn't stress. It wasn't "you know what I meant." It was who she is when she doesn't get her way. So where am I now? I'm not doing that victory lap thing. I'm not proud of how ugly it got. I'm sad I lost 4 years. I'm angry she tried to have me arrested. I'm still bothered that she dumped her own cat just to take a shot at me, but I'm free. My condo is quiet. My accounts are secure. My locks are changed. My life is mine again, and I listen to my sound system a lot. She wanted us to be just dating. She got it. She got the consequences and none of the benefits. Lesson 1. If someone wants full access to your home and your life but refuses commitment, that is not a partnership. Lesson 2. When a person says, "We're just dating," believe them and set your life up to match their words. Lesson 3. Boundaries are not supposed to be one way. If one person pulls back, the other person is allowed to pull back too. Lesson 4. When someone uses threats, guilt, or legal accusations to control you, it is not love. It is risk. Lesson 5. Peace is expensive at first, but chaos costs more in the long run. What would you have done if your partner said, "Stop acting like we're married," after living together for years? Would you have pulled back like Leo did, or tried to talk it out? And have you ever had someone use boundaries as a way to keep benefits without responsibility?